Hi folks, and welcome back to the Norfolk Broads. I'm out on the River Bure today. I am going to take a paddle to celebrate my birthday, which is in a few days' time. I've just set off from the Rising Sun pub at Coltishall, and I'm heading in a northwesterly direction up the River Bure towards Horstead Mill. After a kilometre there's a split. To the right is for motorcraft and to the left canoeists and that sort of thing. I like this part of the river. You never quite know what you're going to see around the next corner. Almost like Norfolk's Everglades. I'm just approaching Horstead Mill. I can see the weir. We're going to have to take a little portage now across to the other side, and then I'm going to continue up towards Mayton Bridge. There has been a mill on the River Bure at Horstead since at least Saxon times. The current remains are in fact of two mills which date back to the year 1789. Horstead Water Mill was the last mill on the Bure. It was also one of the biggest. The mill ceased to grind corn for flour in the early 1900s. On January the 23rd, 1963, Horstead Mill was devastated by fire, ending hundreds of years of production. There's a little cut through here for canoeists. So I'm going to just go a couple of 100 metres if that, and then turn left. The portage point is adjacent to the old lock and only requires a short carry of your craft. After that small portage, we're now on the River Bure without any kind of motorcraft at all. So I'm really looking forward to this paddle. It should be nice and peaceful. Chance to have a look at the changing environment as autumn approaches. The leaves are changing colour, golds and coppers and browns. Okay, so from here it's a few kilometres up towards Mayton Bridge, where hopefully I'm going to treat you to a piece of birthday cake. The Coltishall Road Bridge was rebuilt in the year 1913 and now has a separate footbridge adjoining it on the western side. A Norfolk legend has it that the bridge is haunted by Black Shuck, a local demoned dog. Oh, this is a really super part of the river. Ever so peaceful now. I can't say I've actually come up here too often. Right, so that's Coltishall behind us. Now heading up towards Little Hubis, or Hobbis. I never know how to pronounce these Norfolk names. And ultimately I'm going to try and make it to Mayton Bridge, where I'm going to have a brew up and some lunch. part of the river doesn't seem to be as well managed perhaps as some of the more major rivers or the parts where the motorboats are on. So there are quite a lot of overhanging trees and branches. It might be a good idea if you are coming up this part of the river to bring a small foldable saw. That's exactly what I've brought, just in case there's a newly fallen tree or branch. You might just need to cut a little bit off in order to make passage. Oh look, just ahead there's a branch that looks like somebody's had to cut. Probably that fell right across the river there. So that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about just there. I've been talking about a folding saw, and here's one of mine. This is a BAHCO Laplander. It costs about £18 new on Amazon. Let me demonstrate this saw to you. Push the button to release the blade, snap it open, and you can see that that blade is about a 6-inch or 25 to 30 centimetre blade, something like that. Yeah, it's good for cutting most small branches. If you need to get through anything bigger, then you have to consider a bigger blade. But anyway, that's my BAHCO Laplander. Well, for having said that this part of the river might not be as well maintained, listen to those chainsaws. It looks to me like some workmen are already clearing a fallen tree.
Branches and trunk falls are common on this river, although somewhat trimmed, this large semi-submerged trunk produced a formidable barrier upon which I briefly got stuck.
Well, you're going to need far more than a small foldable saw to get through some of those obstacles. Blimey.
White petals of flowering plants and water sedges punctuate the green riverbank. A grey heron. Red hips and berries populated bushes and add colour to the autumnal riverbank. A dragonfly, probably a common darter, landed on the gunwale. Watch as a tiny spider climbs on the dragonfly wing and gets ejected with a wing flutter, only to try again, this time with the help of a quickly spun web.
There's Mayton Bridge. It's just coming up to 12:30, so good timing, ready for lunch. This is Mayton Bridge, an ideal place to launch. There's a little slipway there, a small amount of car parking. It can get a little bit busy, but that's really convenient. That's that little hobbit. Now this isn't some kind of newfangled stove. In fact, it's the windshield and my spirit stove sat on one of my titanium mugs because I forgot to bring out the stove like an idiot. So this is a kind of improvised stove. It works all right, doesn't it? Perhaps I could be the first person to put a copyright on this design. As I said at the start of the video, it's actually going to be my birthday in a few days' time. So I just wanted to come out and celebrate it with all my friends and mates. Not be no mates, but I have brought myself a birthday cake. I'm not going to tell you how many years this one candle represents. Well, it's 57. Oops, let the cat out the bag. 57 years young. So thanks ever so much for joining me here on the River Bure, enjoying my birthday cake all alone. Well, amazingly, I've got it lit, ready for a wish. Happy birthday to me. What more could a 57-year-old man wish for? Piece of cake by the riverside. Thanks for joining me, and until the next video, bye for now.